Yo guys, what's up? Today we have a very special. What just happened?
Did we crash?
Today
Are we live now?
we have a very special New Year's tribute, bourbon and wine pairing by Anthony Massera, MFA, motherfucking Anthony, Don Rick. We got Josh Truax. We got Jackie Chan back to do his whoosah. So, we know y'all, you guys got to get together a little bit. So today, Don chose some Yellowstone, which I'm sure everybody is familiar with, right? And it's an unopened bottle, obviously. And we are going to pair Yellowstone with a cigar. But first, Don, without further ado, let's open up Yellowstone, and why don't you tell us a little bit about it? You got to move into the camera a little bit.
Yeah, so what we know here, sealed bottle Yellowstone Select, is made by Limestone Branch Distilling. Sells for about $40 MSRP.
$40, guys.
If you're watching right now and you want to jump on finewineandgoodspirits.com, there are 6 bottles available to ship to your house. And they're on sale. I think they're $35 right now.
How much? 35?
35 bucks off.
35. What's the proof on this, Don?
93.
93 proof?
Yeah.
What? Damn. Thank you, Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
So the president and master distiller at Limestone Branch is a Beam descendant. His name is Stephen Beam, and he revived a recipe of his great-grandfather M.C. Beam in 2015. So this is a brand that's been revived for the last 7 years, and they've just really been cooking, especially with the launch of Yellowstone, the TV show. No relation to the whiskey whatsoever, but people associate it, and the whiskey value has taken off.
So, Don, wasn't Yellowstone originally like late 1800s?
Yeah, I think it's about 150 years ago he started it. So, I mean, there were so many different distilleries in Kentucky and all over the country back then.
Super cool.
That all kind of consolidated and changed hands, and brand names changed hands, and recipes went with them. But this is one of a handful that have been revived by great-grandchildren. So, pretty cool story there.
So crazy.
Yeah.
So we opened this bottle, and I got to tell you, like, we can smell the aroma. Did you guys smell like how sweet it was?
It's very sweet.
And like, for a 93 proof, it is super sweet smelling. And Josh is gonna smell it and take a little take on us.
Take a little nose.
Take a little nose.
Ooh. Little leather. Little soft cherry.
Okay.
Ooh. A nice oak.
It's crazy. Like
Ooh.
when you first pop this
That
bottle
is.
and pour it out, you could smell it. Like you could smell the cherry and the, like, I don't want to say hazelnut, but something else, like almost like a.
It's so you definitely get sweet corn, like as you're pouring it, you smell that sweet corn through the air. But
A little bit of rye.
there's like a brightness, like a lemon, like a Meyer lemon or something like that. Just like a bright, almost citrus, not quite citrus. So there's a brightness, like a
Yeah. And I kind of feel like there's some toasted marshmallow. Jackie? Yo, that's got some bite. That's pretty good shit. Oh,
It's smooth for a 93, though.
it is smooth
That
for a
is
93.
smooth for a 93.
It is. It is.
Oh, wow. I like that.
So the other day we did, what did we do last? We did Buffalo Trace, which is 80.
It's 90.
Oh, that's 90?
That is.
So Buffalo Trace was definitely not as fire as this is.
So
this is pretty.
When you talk about a bourbon in the 90s, you think Buffalo Trace, obviously, or like a Basil Hayden is right at 90. It's kind of a lighter, watered back whiskey you can drink a lot of. But those flavors, get muted at the sacrifice of bringing the proof down. This one,
Yeah.
this
Straight
one's
on.
big for 93. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's a ton of spice from the rye that goes into that recipe. The nose is deceiving, I think, right?
Super mellow. And
Still sweet on the
Definitely
palate.
sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely still sweet on the palate, but it's got a little kick.
Mhm.
Josh, what do you think of that?
No, I enjoy it. I mean, it almost has a hint of a rye there, but it's not a rye.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have that
Yeah.
that full on burn across your tongue.
Mhm.
That's actually very delightful.
For sure.
You know.
So tonight I chose a very special cigar for this pairing, and Jackie is here with us tonight, and Jackie will indulge in cigars with me from time to time. Dawn, as well as Josh, do not smoke cigars, and they are the bourbon connoisseurs. But tonight we picked a Montecristo 1935 anniversary, and it's a darker cigar. I haven't had it before. It's the first time. And they say that it definitely has notes of, the vanilla. It has oak and potentially a little marshmallow too. And Jackie, if you smell it, you can smell how sweet it actually smells. Here, I'll take that one. Take this one. And it's a sweeter, robust cigar. Definitely dark. But you can smell the sweetness in it. And you can almost, like if you smell the bourbon with the cigar, try it out, Jackie, and tell me what you think. I mean, it's crazy. Try it. Just smell it. Smell it. Smell the cigar and smell the bourbon.
So that brightness I was talking about, I mean, Josh and I are sitting here thinking it almost opened up into like a green apple. And then there's a nuttiness, there's definitely almond
Oh yeah.
to go along with that cherry. So that
Definitely
more that
almond.
amaretto characteristic.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
And I know you guys don't appreciate it as much as we may, but excuse me, what a sneeze.
God bless you.
Thank you. It's crazy how when you find the right cigar with the bourbon, or at least you think you did, it smells perfect from the start. So we're gonna cut these cigars real quick. Josh, how you enjoying that?
Oh, I am loving this. You know, the nose on it still, even after it opens your first taste,
Thank you.
Yep.
still very bright, sweet. It's a damn good bourbon. How are you feeling, Don?
Feel good. Still just
Take a
one
sip of that bourbon.
Still sniffing it.
All right, Jackie, let's
Very
see what
nice.
Jackie has to say here.
Beautiful.
Take a sip of that bourbon and some of that cigar and tell us how it tastes. Take that cigar. Let's hear it.
My fault. I inhaled it.
We didn't say it was all like perfect. Like we are live right now, and this is live shit,
You
right?
sneeze, you choke. Yeah, it's on the film.
That's
No, I
okay.
can smell the cigar smoke though. What
Oh,
do you
yeah.
think
Sure.
about like pairing it up though, Jackie?
Oh.
And don't lie. Like tell us
Oh,
if
no,
it's
yeah.
fucking horrible. You know?
One more.
One more. Let's do it.
You can smell it from here.
You can. It smells great.
Oh, it does.
on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
It's a pretty unique cigar.
It's good. It's
Yeah?
good. Yeah, it's definitely have a little bit different feel from just straight up sipping the bourbon, but having this with it complements it for sure.
Nice.
And it tastes good.
Can you taste any of the flavor coming out? Like, do you think like you lit that cigar before you sipped the bourbon? Do you think like the cigar was after you sipped the bourbon and then smoked the cigar? Do you think you had a different taste?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
God, that cigar smells really good.
It really
Yeah.
does.
I didn't even light mine yet.
Really
It does. It I mean, from here, from the standpoint of someone who doesn't smoke them, but the smoke smells fairly unique. It smells like fluffier in a way. I mean, you were talking about marshmallow characters.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
You're right. You're
It's
fluffier.
fluffier.
It's a
Fluffier.
fuller.
Yeah.
You know, if I can say the whiskey has a fuller mouthfeel, the cigar has a fuller nose feel. You know?
Yeah.
yeah, you guys.
That's a
really,
great way to say that. I never really thought of it.
You guys are
Fluffier.
really painting the picture, like yeah. I mean, like
Yeah.
really envisioning, like give it the.
So I got to tell you, last week's pairing with the what do we have?
The Dirt Torpedo with
Dirt
Buffalo Trace.
Torpedo
Oh,
with
yeah.
Buffalo Trace. When I smoked that Buffalo Trace after taking a taste of the Buffalo. Wait, I just fucked that up.
Yeah, dude,
Wait.
straight up. Straight up.
Yo, Vince DeSalvo, what the hell, dude? This is all on you. This is all on you. Listen, I took a sip of the Buffalo Trace, and I had a taste of the Dirt Torpedo, and it was like, it was crazy. Like, you could taste the flavor of the Buffalo Trace coming out with the cigar, right? There's no way I have that with this pairing. It tastes all right, but all I taste is the Yellowstone.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
So like the 1935 is so mellow, and I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
it's so mellow, all I tasted was the bourbon.
Yellowstone.
I don't
I mean,
have any of the flavors of the cigar.
And smelling it, I honestly would have thought the opposite.
Yeah, I
that-
thought
Let me
that
take
would
another
have
drink.
overpowered the bourbon.
that smoke has a lot of complexity. It has a lot of different characters to it.
It's-
But it is,
it's
you know,
so
it's
interesting.
mellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be the Sambuca too.
And I asked you that question last week, right? I said, you know, what does the cigar smoke do to the ethanol of the bourbon when you're pairing them together? And you said the ethanol really tones down, and you said the smokiness of the cigar really tones down, and all that you're left with is the flavors of each.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say never. I could say this is the first time I smoked a cigar and then tried bourbon.
And paired it with a bourbon.
That's why I don't have too much to say,
Yeah.
but I definitely feel that there is a difference to it, like versus just having each individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know it complements each other in a way.
And I gotta tell you, I think we have to wait a couple more minutes and try this a little
I
more.
was gonna say that too.
Yeah,
After
definitely.
lighting up, maybe let it
Yeah,
burn
yeah.
to this point.
But
Maybe it'll have a little different effect.
And that's with everything, right? Like that bourbon is opening up in your glass as you.
Oh,
as you leave it
definitely.
there. Like
I was actually about to bring that up. Like, there's so many more notes that are coming through now.
now I'm getting like a honeycomb, like a
Yes.
really sweet,
Yeah.
but sugary, like like an authentic sugary brown sugar, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
I-
a little maple, but not so
I
much.
honestly feel like this 1935 might go better with. It might go better with something that has a little sweeter of a taste.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
And this is sweet bourbon.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
It is. It smells like a sweet bourbon, but when I'm smoking the cigar, it's coming off like it's a real spicy bourbon, and the cigar just doesn't have a whole lot of value and complement to the
That's
bourbon.
interesting.
Give it a few
It
more
is.
minutes and try your bourbon again, because, like Don said, it's definitely opening up.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Just
I
sitting
understand.
here, you know what I mean?
I mean,
I think it's more the cigar than the bourbon.
Well, very well could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather I think this cigar would probably go good with. I don't know what I'm thinking. Honestly, you take one of the Pappies and put this with it, it might be all right.
Sure.
Very well could be.
And honestly, like, as much as we're talking about how sweet this whiskey is, it is extremely rye spice forward. So,
Oh, definitely.
so this whiskey's Yellowstone Select is in very good balance between that rye spice and that sugar sweetness. Both of them are huge, but they're in concert together. It's a very nice balance. But when you're smoking that, it's absolutely going to throw it out of balance.
Do you think that this might go better with the rye? Do you think the rye has a little more of a naughty taste and like this
yeah, like
cigar
it's
is
gonna
be like?
it's gonna come through a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
more,
yeah, yeah.
definitely.
I don't think this cigar has a lot of flavor.
So,
And it's just mellowing your palate.
in my opinion, you're saying it's kind of meshing with the sweetness and enhancing the rye spice. I think that cigar might go better with a wheat whiskey, more like a Weller or a Maker's Mark, where
Yeah.
heavy, soft wheat is forward.
The
and
Makers,
rye,
yeah.
you're right,
rye
you're
is
right,
in the
you're
back.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For maybe for people that are newer to stuff like me, maybe a question for you that also help people like the color of the cigar and the color of the bourbon, like how does like if you match the color with the bourbon, does that matter? Do you feel like?
So I don't think the color
Like-
necessarily matters, although it might to an extent. So this is more on like the 75% robust cigar. It's definitely got a sweet wrapper, which is why we still taste and smell like the marshmallowy and burnt marshmallow.
Mhm.
Let's take it that way.
Mhm.
Like a burnt marshmallow smell when we first light it up and when we are smoking it. But when we smoke it, this cigar is really laid back. Like it's like it tastes like an Ashton blondie almost, right?
Mhm.
It's a real soft
Gotcha.
taste to the cigar. And I think the Yellowstone is kind of, especially 93 proof, right? It's coming at you and it's like, yo, you need something that's a little more harsh to calm me down, right? And this is way too mellow to calm that down.
Interesting.
And like as much as it smelled so good, Jackie, when you lit it, like it's not the right cigar for this bourbon, even though we're gonna smoke it anyway and drink it anyway, right? Like it's still good, don't get me wrong, but like I think we need a little more punch with this cigar, and it didn't give us what we wanted. And I gotta tell you, like the 1934 Montecristo anniversary was my second choice. The Montecristo number 5 is the cigar that I wanted. And I would be interested to see if anybody has a Montecristo number 5 and compare it up with the Yellowstone and tell me what it tastes like and tell me what that pairing was like. Because that's the one that we wanted and I couldn't get my hands on it. And I don't know if anybody else out there can get a Montecristo number 5, but I want you to do it with the Yellowstone. What is this, the single barrel?
Yep, this is straight up Yellowstone. No, not single barrel. This is straight up Yellowstone Select, their introductory bottle.
Yellowstone Select, the original introductory bottle. Let's see if somebody has a number 5 Montecristo and compare it up and tell me what it tastes like, because I really want to find out. But overall, Don, what do you rate the Yellowstone original?
You're gonna need another sip here.
Take a couple sips. Let's open this up. Come on, I'm ready.
Yeah, so I've been sitting back, not sipping as much, but just let this open.
Oh my God, you can smell it. It is really
That's really
flavoring
good.
up.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the character it has at 93 proof. Josh and I were just sitting back talking. It drinks more like a 101. And I know there's not a lot of difference between 101 and 93, but there is. It doesn't drink like a 90 proof Basil Hayden or a Buffalo Trace, but it drinks more like a Maker's Mark 101 in different ways. As far as ethanol goes. I'm impressed with the character for the proof. I love the price point at $40. I mean, you can't go wrong. If you see any bottle of bourbon on the shelf at $40, I mean, and you're willing to give it a shot, give it a shot, because at $40 you can't really go wrong.
No, it's definitely a buy.
Yeah, and I've had Yellowstone in the past, and I know there's, it's not exactly small batch, but I think they do relatively small batches, and small batch is legally defined as 99 barrels or less blended together. I think Yellowstone is probably blending 200 to 500 barrels at a time and putting it out and then going batch to batch and keeping the same labels. And they do vary, as you pick them up year to year, or month to month, or whatever. But overall, this particular bottle that we have in our hands, I am impressed with. It's much better than other Yellowstones I've had in the past. I probably have to give it an 8.
Very good. Josh, what do you think about that?
I mean, I really have to agree with Don on that. I mean, for a 93, it's a beautiful drinker for 93. Between the citrus, there's a hair of an apple there, a little bit of the nutty, a little bit of almond.
And the nose is deceiving.
It very well is. I agree with that. I mean, it's very bright across your tongue. That is a beautiful whiskey.
Yeah.
Really, I have to give it that. I got to go with you.
So out of 10?
Yeah, I'd have to go with an 8. I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. That is, for $40, definitely buy it, people. You will not be disappointed.
So, from my standpoint, and I'm gonna lead Jackie into a little bit here first, because he's gonna give a little review before I do. But the cigar was $12. Again, Montecristo, 1935 anniversary, and the bourbon at
$40.
$40. Jackie's still inhaling this shit. I gotta love it.
I'm taking too much of big off.
It's gonna break him.
I'm not usually like this, I promise.
So Jackie, let's get your take on the bourbon and cigar pairing. And we know like the bourbon's gonna be about an 8. The cigar itself, for the first smoker, like not really introduced to cigars and just trying it out for a bit, the cigar is fantastic, don't get me wrong. I don't want to lead anybody astray. But for the pairing and what you think, like what do you think? I failed you, I know that right now.
This has a smell to it. I can't pinpoint. It smells like something, but I can't pinpoint. But take a little bit. Yeah, it smells pretty good. This, I don't drink too much, but this is pretty good. I would say that, for me, that like, I don't have too much of this stuff, but I had bourbons before. But this is a lot easier going than some stuff I had.
It's a higher end bottle, right?
Yeah, I definitely could sip on this. It's enjoyable, and $40 doesn't sound too bad. For the price and stuff. And then the cigar, yeah, it's really good. $12 is a good price. From all the cigars I had, this.
He's taking it like a joint.
I know.
I love it. Wait, did I just go into my? No, but what do you think about it? Overall, the pairing. What would you rate it? Would you want to taste something a little?
I
It
definitely
contradicts each other a little bit.
Is one overpowering the other, or are they in balance?
No, I feel like I enjoyed this even more with this.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely. This is the first time. Maybe not the first time, but like just acknowledging smoking a cigar and having a bourbon, like it's definitely more enjoyable for sure. Just smoking just this. I like it. I will get it again for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, $12 is a very good price. I had cigars like cheap ones, expensive ones. This definitely tastes like higher end, and then for $12, I feel like you can't beat that. Like I would pick up a few of that. With this, I'm not, like I said, I'm not much of a drinker, but it definitely enjoy a lot more.
Yeah,
with this.
for sure.
And I definitely sense there's definitely it's definitely a different experience than just having it separate, for sure.
No, that's good. That's good stuff, Jackie.
Yeah.
And having that person here that doesn't drink a lot, that doesn't smoke a lot of cigars, means a lot to us, And I think the bottom line is, like, you have your Yellowstone 8, you have your Montecristo 1935 anniversary, which could definitely be, in the low to mid 7s, let's say, because it is a real smooth smoking. It's smoking real nice too. Like, if you look at this, like it's really a nice draw, a nice cigar, and it's been taken care of too.
It is burning.
It's burning real nice.
Very smooth. Yeah.
But when it's paired up with the Yellowstone, like I think we missed the mark here, to be honest with you. And I think that this cigar, as robust as it looks, it isn't. And so you have to go with maybe even a milder bourbon with this cigar, so that you get the taste of both of them merging together in like pow, like we had last week, right?
Perhaps
I think we needed to go with more of a robust cigar with the Yellowstone.
So you would say, would that cigar be good then with like a Woodford or an Angel's Envy? Something
Maybe an
along
Angel's
those
Envy.
lines?
Maybe an Angel's Envy.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe even, a Bud Light. That's
I
a
mean-
joke. That's a joke.
Wow.
No,
So-
but
so you're saying there's-
definitely something a
You know
little
what I mean?
less.
Yeah.
And,
Like
and
a
I
lot
don't even know
less-
if it would have gone good with what we had last week, right? But like,
Sure.
I was
it's
just
still,
saying,
it's a great smoke. It's a great bourbon. Overall, the pairing, no, it's definitely in the low sevens, without a doubt. I'm gonna give
It's
it like
fair.
a 7-1, a 7-1 for sure.
Yes,
I think I needed to step my game up with this.
Mm-hmm.
I totally, and listen, we had Yellowstone and it was awesome.
Yep.
And Yellowstone alone, phenomenal.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
agreed.
really like this cigar. I expected more, but that number 5, somebody out there has to tell us what that number 5 tastes like.
So what you're saying that this is good, it's fair, but
Mhm.
it could be better
Mm.
with the cigar.
It could be
It
much
could be
better.
Mm.
Much better.
So you're saying for
This
this
is a
cigar,
delicious bourbon.
because
I mean,
for this
seriously.
cigar,
And,
you could have a better
The
bourbon for this.
No.
Is it?
The bourbon is overtaking the cigar.
Okay.
So I did not pair the cigar with the bourbon.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think Yellowstone is really unique in that regard. That, like I said, it's a huge sweetness and it's a huge rye spice, and they're working beautifully together
Yeah.
in the whiskey. But when you're smoking the cigar, it's really throwing off the balance between those really wide ranges in that whiskey field.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely. Go ahead.
I know. I was gonna say, and don't let the rye forward scare you, because it doesn't last long.
It does
Like
not.
it's in the
short.
beginning,
It's
it's
a
very short. It's
spice.
right there in the beginning,
Mhm.
and then it calms down and the sweetness takes over.
Mhm.
It's not like a full-on rye, like a Booker's or something along those lines. Like, do not hold back on this one,
Mhm.
because typically with a rye, I would need an ice cube or something to calm it down a hair.
Mhm.
Not this one. That is absolutely perfect the
No,
way
true,
it is.
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
There's just one. There's this one mellow, real subtle. And as I'm drinking this Yellowstone with the cigar now, right after you taste it, you have this subtle burnt, like sweet taste, and it's not bad, but it's still only like a 7-1, 7-1. That's it. The pairing is a 7-1 for sure.
Individually, both higher.
What's that?
Individually, cigar and whiskey both higher than 7-1.
Yeah,
But
like
as a
for sure,
pairing,
for sure.
Yeah.
not the right
And
pairing.
I think if we had the right bourbon with this cigar, it'd be great. And if we had the right cigar with that bourbon, it would be phenomenal.
I think you
Right.
already said you rated this individually. What about Anthony? What about the cigar
Mhm.
alone?
For what they talked it up to be, for the 1935 anniversary Montecristo, it doesn't have the flavor that I thought it would. It does not have the bite that I thought it would. It's way more mellow. It smokes more like an Ashton that is, that real mild cigar. So the looks are totally deceiving, 100% deceiving.
It smells like a blonde. But
Yeah,
it's
it
dark.
does, it does.
It's very
And I
dark.
think this was actually rated like, this cigar may have been rated like an 8.4 or something last year in 2021 or 2020. And man, I don't know if I'd go that, to be honest with
What
you.
would you give it?
You were a gentleman with a
Because
cigar.
of the flavor profile that I'm
Thanks,
tasting,
sir.
it's not there. It's not as much as I thought it would be. And it's a great smoke, don't get me wrong. And people that look at a robust cigar and they're like, oh, I can't smoke that. This is the one that you can smoke. But that's where I'm at. So I'm going to give the cigar itself probably like a low 6.
Yeah,
A 6.1, 6.2.
I was literally gonna give
Yeah.
it like a 6.5.
Yeah.
Mhm.
6.5 is fair.
Mhm.
Let's go with 6.5, Jackie. Good man. Yellowstone, definitely an 8. Solid 8.
Yeah, solid.
Solid eight.
Really
Solid.
Solid
Oh,
eight.
Solid
And
eight.
this bottle is great.
Yeah,
This
you
bottle
will
is,
not be
is great.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Seriously, you will not.
Yeah, I would have given it for that number. Like
Yeah.
7 or 8.
Yeah. So tomorrow, go out and buy an Ashton to pair with your. No, let's think of one. Yeah. You know what? Try the Montecristo number 5. I want to see it. See you guys.
Cheers.
Solid. You should have. You should have.